that on my profile before I cut my hair. Hey y'all, come on in here. Let's have a little conversation. Let's have a little talk this morning, this afternoon, while I have my lunch. But the first thing that I always like to do is I always like to provide you guys with the news and information that you can use. So first of all, if you are not familiar with who I am, it's your girl Paulette. I'm the owner and founder of Brownstone Worldwide, and what we do here is provide you with all kinds of stuff that are brownstone based. So we have brownstoneworldwide.com where you can get the news and information that you can use from politics, lifestyle, all of the things. You can do that. You can also go over to Brownstone Marketplace where we sell a ton of stuff. And hey, y'all, come on in, share this particular broadcast because I'm about to go in. And the reason why I'm about to go in is because I'm sick of y'all. Yeah, I said it just like that. I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. And I'm gonna say that. I say that in love because we have to learn how to do better as people. You know what I mean? Like we constantly, we always got something to say, and we have to be careful. We really, really do have to be careful out here, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the news, and then when we come back, we're gonna talk about some things that are in the news. And then we're going to get to the hot topic. How about that? All right. So for those of you all who are on the other platform, you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube, I'm getting ready to share with you guys. Brownstone Living Magazine is officially live. Brownstone Living Magazine is live. If you want the magazine, all you have to do is go to bit.ly/Brownstone Living Mag. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the bottom of the screen so that y'all can see it. For those of you all who are on Facebook and on YouTube, so you can see it for yourself. Hang on just a second. Let me edit that just a little bit. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and share it. I'm going to go ahead and share it. There you go. So if you want the magazine, you can go ahead and check it out. So go ahead and like, comment, share. Let us know that you're here. That's first and foremost. We're going to come back and we're going to have a little news and information that you can use. We're going to talk about some things that happened yesterday in the news that hit a lot of us in the entertainment industry. Whether you're not in the entertainment industry or not, this should have hit you. Because surprise, we lost a really good brother yesterday. And not only that, we're gonna delve just a little bit deeper into that. Hey, Libra Chick, how are you? Good afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and provide you guys with the news and information that you can use, and I'll be right back.
The United States military launched a Space Force unit in South Korea on Wednesday amid rising missile and nuclear threats from North Korea.
U.S. Space Forces Korea is the second overseas component of the Space Force, a military branch that was established in 2019. It will focus on real-time missile detection and tracking and will boost the deterrence capabilities of the Seoul-Washington alliance, U.S. Forces Korea said in a press release. Davis Richards reporting.
Iranian courts have sentenced 400 protesters to prison terms ranging from up to 10 years.
Among those arrested, 160 were sentenced to between 5 and 10 years in prison, 80 people to 2 to 5 years, 160 people to up to 2 years, the chief of the judiciary of Tehran province, Ali Al-Ghassamir, said according to the Mizan news agency.
As Peru careers from one political crisis to another, the country has exploded in protest, with at least 7 dead in the last week, and the smoke of fires and tear gas hanging over city streets.
Peru's new government declared a 30-day national emergency on Wednesday amid violent protests. The spark of the current unrest was the ouster and arrest of leftist leader Pedro Castillo after he tried to dissolve Congress illegally. It followed a months-long standoff where lawmakers impeached him 3 times, the final time removing him from office. Harry Michaels reporting.
Russia is turning to decades-old ammunition with high failure rates as it burns through its stockpiles to carry out its nearly 10-month-old invasion of Ukraine, a senior U.S. military official said.
The United States accuses Russia of turning to Iran and North Korea for more firepower, as it exhausts its regular supplies of ammunition. The senior U.S. military official assessed that Russia would burn through its fully serviceable stocks of ammunition by early 2023 if it did not resort to foreign suppliers and older stocks. Roger Cantor reporting.
This is the latest news headlines.
My bad.
Outgoing Oregon Governor Kate Brown is commuting the sentences of all 17 people on death row to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, according to a news release Tuesday from her office. Brown also talked about the long wait for victims and their families. She said, I also recognize the pain and uncertainty victims experience as they wait for decades while individuals sit on death row. The governor used executive clemency powers to commute the sentences, and the order took effect Wednesday. The Department of Energy official responsible for nuclear fuel and radioactive waste is no longer employed by the federal agency after 2 alleged airport baggage theft incidents, according to local reports and court records. Sam Brinton, the former Deputy Assistant Secretary for Spent Fuel and Waste Disposition of the Office of Nuclear Energy, was charged in December for grand larceny in Nevada. Brinton was accused of stealing luggage from Harry Reid International Airport, according to a report from KLAS. A KFC employee in St. Louis has been hospitalized after a customer shot him because he was upset that the restaurant ran out of corn. The man had a handgun when he drove up to the drive-through window. A 25-year-old employee who went outside to talk to the driver returned to the restaurant and said he had been shot, police said. The driver fled and has not been arrested as of Tuesday afternoon. Subaru is recalling more than 270,000 SUVs due to a potential fire risk, with owners urged to park their cars outside until inspected and repaired. The recall impacts certain 2019-2022 model year Subaru Accent vehicles, the company said. A production-related defect involving a ground bolt may increase the risk of fire while the heater is in operation, according to Subaru. And that's the latest news headlines. I'm Alan Edwards.
All right. We've got the news and information that you can use right there on KCCR Radio, the Brownstone. Right now, you guys, for those of you all who don't know, KCCR is currently running nothing but Christmas music right now, outside the talk, right? And then right now, the Hot Lunch Mix just came on. So you can go ahead and check that out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up because it's a mix. We should kind of be okay because, you know, on some platforms, you got to be careful with copyright infringement and all kinds of stuff. So we do a mix. Hang on. I'm going to take this off because y'all like, where's your face? Okay. So we do a mix on kccrthebrownstone.com Monday through Friday. Sometimes it'll be the same one. Sometimes it won't. But I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. And let's see what we're sounding like right now. The Hot Lunch Mix hit is what I call it because it's an hour. It's 60 minutes of music. And you can do your workout to it. You can do 30 minutes of your workout. And then, you know, you can grab something healthy to eat or whatever. And just, you know, yeah. So she's running right now. So there you go. You have an opportunity to check it out at kccrthebrownstone.com. And take a listen to what we're doing over there. Hey, Zelly Zells Schmurda. Wow, what a name. Interesting. Okay, so welcome. So big shout out to the person that said, would an ice bath help? Yep, if I could sit in ice baths all day long, that would be great. That would be great. So once again, it's your girl Paulette. I'm the owner and founder of Brownstone Worldwide, which houses brownstoneworldwide.com. We also have kccrthebrownstone.com and brownstonemarketplace.com. But now we also have Brownstone Living Magazine. That is also a part of, hey, LSD, how are you? Welcome. That is also a part of the family now. So let's get into this news and information that you can use most definitely. So yesterday, one of the things that we learned was that we lost someone in the entertainment community, well, just of the community, period. And that was DJ Twitch. And he was a part of Ellen DeGeneres' show for about, well, pretty much the entirety of the show. She hired him early on to help her learn how to dance. And they became fast friends and family, according to all of the reports that I've seen. They were really, really close and really good friends. And so, first of all, condolences to his wife and to his family, to his children for the loss. But this is something that we definitely want to talk about. And we shouldn't have to get to this point where, you know, somebody that is in entertainment talks about it or impacts us with what happens with their lives. And this is another Black man that we've lost to suicide. Now, from doing my research, I have found out that the fastest growing group of people that are committing suicide in the United States are African-American men. I didn't know that. So see, that's what happens when you start doing a little bit of research, is you find out things that you didn't know. And y'all, I'm eating my lunch right now so that I can get back to it. So I call myself, first of all, pause. I call myself trying to take some chopped cabbage that I had. I bought in a bag at like the grocery store or whatever. And it has like edamame seeds and sesame seeds in it. And I put some chopped chicken in it and cooked it in butter. So there you go. Yay. Okay. Let me see. But the hard part that we need to come to grips with is, especially for men, when it comes to mental health, is we're told, or I've heard people say, don't cry. Don't be a punk. Don't show your feelings. Don't get emotional. You know what I mean? Like we hear it all the time, or if he does, then, you hear negative statements about his sexuality, which has nothing to do with anything, but I've heard it all in these streets coming up as a young adult, even as an adult, and even as an auntie, as they call me. One of the things that I find to be very disconcerting is the fact that we won't talk about mental health when it comes to our Black men in our community. And it's really unfortunate that, we're dealing with that from that perspective. And I really want to just kind of focus on that for just a hot second. Let me pull up some information and what you can do if you are experiencing any kind of my system is doing whatever it wants. Okay. What you can do is you can go over to brownstoneworldwide.com and you can actually see the article from yesterday. We found out about it about, 7 or 8 in the morning, about the loss of Twitch. And what it's doing in our community is it's opening our eyes. But you know what? Let me also put this out here. I see it all over the internet. It is ridiculous, especially when you're on social media, and you'll actually see a lot of people using social media as therapy, right? So, and when I say that, hey, Mogul Beginnings, how are you? So we have a lot of people that are using social media as a way to be their therapist, right? So I've seen where people are literally bawling their eyes out on social media, asking and seeking for help. And I see a lot of times, even when they're not live, they're putting their posts out there and they're expressing how they feel. And a lot of us are saying, oh, just pray about it. I've said this before. If you need additional support, you need to get it. Now, there is a phone number that you can call, and that number is 988. You can call that number for additional support. So let's go over to the Center for Disease Control and let's get some facts about this unfortunate situation here. So suicide is actually death caused by injuring oneself with the intent to unalive themselves. So let me be careful what I say. An attempt is when someone harms themselves with any intent to end their life, but they do not as a result of their actions. Many factors can increase the risk for it or protect against it. So suicide is connected to other forms of injury and violence. For example, people who have experienced violence, including child abuse, bullying, sexual abuse, having a higher risk of attempting it on themselves. Being connected to family and community support and having easy access to healthcare can decrease those thoughts and behaviors. So again, when we're talking about brothers that are experiencing this, or even, Black folks in general, or just people in general, let's just go there and put it out there. We see a lot of people that are not getting the support that they need. And those rates have actually increased between 2000 and 2018 by 30%, and actually is on the increase again. In 2020, y'all, check this out, 45,979 people. That's a lot of folks. That's a lot of folks who have succeeded in unaliving themselves. Let me put it to you like that. So it affects all ages. Let's see. Second leading cause of that is for people ages 10 to 14, and then ages 25 to 34. This brother was 40. Okay. So I don't think it really has an age limit on it. And again, if you are having those thoughts, folks, what I need you to do, are you listening? Are you listening on Facebook and YouTube? Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening over here on TikTok? Are you listening? 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. If you or someone that you know is in crisis, please contact, call, or text 988. Okay. You can actually go on ahead and you can chat at 988lifeline.org. And guys, in the January issue, we're definitely going to be talking about your mental health and how you need to be taking care of yourself in these times like this. It is important because we're coming up upon that time of the year where a lot of people are experiencing loss. It's the first time without a loved one. It's an annual thing where they already know they're going to be by themselves. And some people are impacted by that, or they're going to be with family and friends and they still are not in the holiday or the gift giving season or whatever. So a lot of times people close themselves off and they become more reclusive, or they might even be, even in this case here, because the last video that was posted on his page, he was dancing with his wife in front of the Christmas tree, laughing and kikiing. We never know what people are dealing with. So we have to be careful how we treat people. Am I right about it? I'm just saying, you got to be careful. Thank you for the hearts over on Facebook. You have to be careful out here in these streets because you don't know how what you say impacts people. You know what I mean? And sometimes, most times we don't say anything. Hey, Angela Hammonds, how are you? We don't have an idea. So we have to really be careful how we word things, how we say things to people, how we impact them, because ultimately it can make or break a lot of people who are not strong enough. And let's just let me put that in perspective also. Let me also say this. One of the things that I certainly want to be clear on is that ain't me. But what I will say is I have seen it impact people where they literally stop anything that they want to do, what they're planning to do, because of outside influences. And sometimes we can even hear people say, I remember years ago when going live was all the rage, a young man actually did do it live and people were encouraging it. And that's kind of encourage, and so you literally were watching this young man do this to himself live. And it just blew my mind. I thought, oh my God. So, yeah, get the help that you need. What you want to do is, first of all, understand what you need to do to keep yourself in a positive state. Okay. Strengthen your economic supports. That's one. One of the things that we're learning is that money is a big deal to a lot of people, right? So you have to strengthen your household financial security and stabilize housing, because sometimes when things aren't, when things are not stable, it'll shake your boat because you don't even see your way out. Create protective environment. So that number one, protect your peace. I had a friend that taught me that years ago, and I have lived by that. You got to protect your peace at all costs, even if that means being curt with people who are really, they don't have your best interest at heart. So you have to kind of shut people down. If that's going to help you to protect your peace so you're not overthinking things, then do what you got to do to protect your peace. Okay. Reduce access to lethal means. And that means physical and emotional. You definitely want to do that. Make sure that you are putting yourself in a position where you are in a healthy situation, both in your physical space or your car, wherever you got to go to get your head together. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if you need to get therapy, get the therapy that you need. Reducing substance abuse or use through community-based policies and practices. Improve access and delivery of specific mental health care. If you don't have accurate coverage or good coverage or no coverage at all, please make sure that you reach out to your local agencies in your area to find out where you can get them. Again, you can call 988 and probably get all of the information that you need. Providing rapid and remote access to help is going to be important, because even if you can use your phone and do an e-call with a therapist, they can help you to clear your head. Another thing is support social emotional learning programs and parenting skills and improving family relationships, all of the things, okay, so that you can lessen the physical harm that you can cause to yourself. Okay, those are a couple of things that you can certainly do. So again, rest in peace to that gentleman's family. I don't want to drag that on, but most definitely we want to make sure that we are taking care of our brothers in the community, because it's a thing. and a lot of times people don't want to talk about it, but it's a thing, y'all. It is. All right, let me get a little bit more of this lunch. Okay. Let's see. That's why it's important for us to pay attention to people, to what we say, how we say, to ourselves. So let's talk about that just for a moment, shall we? This is something that a lot of people don't want to talk about, but we have to be careful how we speak to ourselves, because what you're doing is you're either speaking life or you're speaking demise. Okay. You see, I'm choosing my words a little bit carefully over here because you got to be careful. So we have to take into account that what we put into our eyes, our eye gate, our ear gate, and what we say out of our mouths are producing the next experience in our lives. Okay. So we got to be careful how we say things, what we say to people, how we say things to ourselves, and what we're thinking and what we're feeling. And a lot of times we just let it, we have one bad thought, and before we know it, we didn't cancel that thought. And then that thought brings on another thought, brings on another thought, brings on another thought. And we down the rabbit hole trying to figure out how we got there. Right? Trying to figure out how in the world we got there. And it's like, oh my God. And all you want to do is crawl up in the bed, get up under the covers, and watch some morbid movie for the rest of the evening. Why would you do that to yourself? So always check yourself when you get up in the morning. Watch your mouth. Mouth. Did you hear what I said with the MOUF? Watch your mouth and how you speak over yourself. What you say to yourself is vital. It's important for you to understand how careful you have to be. And even when you're speaking over yourself or saying things about yourself or thinking those things, you have to be careful to not just say them, but you have to understand that you have to believe them too. So it's one thing to say it, but you got to know when you're knowing, okay, what you're dealing with, what you got going on, right? All right, so let's get back into a couple of other things. Let me share with you the 12 days of Christmas. 12 days of Christmas story time. We missed yesterday because I had a long meeting and it took until 10:30. So I'm going to be reading 2 stories today. It started yesterday, but we're going to be reading 2 stories today for you guys a little bit later. And it's just something to get into the Christmas mood. And then also, most of you guys have probably noticed that I posted a reel and a TikTok that says that I haven't even decorated my daggone tree. I ain't messed up about it. We'll get to it sometime today, maybe even tomorrow, but we'll put it up for a couple of days and then we'll hurry up and we'll take it back down. Okay. The least of my worries at this point, but the 12 days of Christmas story time is going to be something that I'm going to enjoy doing because I just like reading stories, like some of the fun ones, the old school ones and stuff like that, where it just brings back good memories. So we're going to be doing that starting tonight. And just something to get into the Christmas mood. And maybe just maybe it'll help me to go ahead and decorate my tree, right? Maybe. Okay. All right. What's next for the brownstone? Up next, we are going to be providing you with more news, more information that you can use, and also some lifestyle tips that you'll be able to take advantage of. I know some of the things that we're working on right now here in the brownstone is a new chowder that you can definitely try. Another one is some health tips that you can utilize. And what was the other one? Hang on. I'm taking a look here. We're going to be talking about lifestyle, what you can do during the holidays to kind of just enjoy yourself. Because one of the other things we do is we overstress ourselves over silly stuff. Okay. Let's see. That cold weather is hitting y'all too, isn't it? Like I said, I'm just coming on here. I'm just holding the conversation, chopping it up with you guys for a little bit. Trying to figure out how in the heck I'm going to get this tree done because I have to finish some emails today and get those out. Let me see. And it was either throw the cabbage away or cook it. So there you go. All right. I'm getting some information here on a new podcaster. Okay. So let's talk about that. We have an actual meeting tonight with some of our air personalities. We're getting ready to go into a new season in Q1 for January for 2023. And I am here for all of it because what that means is we've got new content coming. And I'm excited about that. Another thing that's super important. Hey there, welcome. Come on in. Go ahead and share this this live. Like I said, I'm just eating my lunch, kind of hanging out here in the office just a little bit, watching the hot lunch mix. Let's see on KCCR what we listening to. Let's see. She running. Okay, very good. She's running. You got to check it every once in a while. I keep it running all the time. I run my reports like I'm supposed to. All of that. So for those of you all who are not aware, Brownstone Living Magazine is currently available. There are links all over the place. The link is in my bio on TikTok. You can go ahead and check it out. Hey, Chip, how are you? Come on in the room. Come on in. I'm just having a little lunch before I go back to work. Thought I would come on here and talk about how you got to watch your mouth and how you talk to folks and how you talk to yourself. Super, super, super important. A lot of times we can say negative things about ourselves and it impacts our entire freaking day. Our entire day. Okay. What else do we have on the menu for the news? Let's take a look. What we got? Seems to be a quiet day outside of the weather's been real sucky, right? Let's see. I don't know about this one. Intermittent fasting. So let's talk about this really quick. And it's good that I'm talking about this right now because we actually have, hang on just a second. Yo, I'm live.
Oh, you're live?
Yeah.
Hi, live people.
You're so silly. I'm live on TikTok and Facebook and on YouTube. So unless you,
Right,
unless you,
fans, y'all rocking with the realest of the real, the voice of God. She can sing too. Y'all should tell her.
Don't even go there. These people don't know.
She got a voice.
Man, you can't tell it by the way I sound right now. So I just got your email. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, check it out. I feel like reading somebody the riot act today, and I all I need is somebody to dare to be my outlet for my negative energy. All right, but you want it? There you go.
Okay.
I was looking for something today. I found it.
You were looking for something?
And I found it.
I'm tickled.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Talk to you later. All right, so big shout out to that brother right there. L Boogie was in the building. He came to hang out. No, I didn't say. Did I say Joe? If I did, Chip, I didn't mean to say Joe. My bad on that. So big shout out to Mr. L Boogie in the building. He is actually the brother that does the editing for What's for Brunch. And that's our video series, which is a part of the Sunday brunch. We're actually getting ready to go back into production to get ready for Q1 of 2023. And we've been meeting off and on since this morning about exactly how we're going to do this because Brother Man is in Miami. So I'm like, how we going to do this? Oh, yeah, I can just send it to you. Or I can go down there. We could shoot. How about that? We can shoot that way. So that'd be pretty cool. We already know what we're going to be doing. And you guys, if you want to find out what we're going to be doing in terms of next year for the Sunday brunch, check this out. We have this series, which is called MYOB, or Mind Your Own Business, where we are going to take you on a 5-day challenge beginning in January. Actually, January 15th is the very first new show for the new Sunday brunch series. And we're also having the video show, What's for Brunch, that's going to be a part of that. And he actually supports and edits the shows. So I am honored, first of all, because this brother hosts 2 Emmys, and I dig the fact that he's willing to support. So dig it. Can't wait to read that email because I'm sure it's something hilarious that he's sharing with me. All right, so let's talk about that real quick. You got friends that's in your corner and that's got your back like that. First of all, you can either do it one of 2 ways. One, you can pay each other and you can pay the market value of what they're worth, or 2, you can literally use each other's services, which is one of the things that we do. And then of course we pay each other where we most of the times I just be like, nah, bro, you got it, because I know that he does so much for the brownstone, right? He's got an amazing eye. He helps me to see things that I normally don't see, because this is what he's done for 20 plus years. And so big shout out to him for that. So anyway, again, it pays to have great people in your company. And when I say your company, I don't mean like your LLC or your S corp or whatever. I'm talking about that are your friends, your cohorts, your business partners, your business friends and stuff like that, because you have to be careful the company that you keep as well. Something that I've learned along the way is that as I have embarked on this journey, the people that I associate with, the people that I commune with or break bread with, are not the regular folks that I used to. And so things are different. The mindset is different. The changes that I'm dealing with are different. So it has everything to do with the company that you keep. And y'all hear me say this all the time: birds of a feather flock together. You're only going to be like the people that you are most around. And that is why it is so important for you to find people that are going the places or are already in the places that you're trying to get to, and to connect to those people. Most of the times when you're doing that, you're going to find people, they don't care that you're trying to come up to. They don't care. You know what I mean? They ain't messed up about it, not one iota. What they are concerned with, and this is the group that I'm a part of now. Shout out to TSP Mastermind. What I will say is you have a lot of people who really just want you to win. And when I tell you they want you to win, they in your inbox. Did you do what you said you was gonna do? Do you need me? Do you need my? So last night, one of the members literally stayed on the phone with me until 2:30 in the morning, walking me through some steps I was struggling with. And so I finally got it done, and I would do the same. And we've done the same. And we work together throughout the day, even though their business is completely different from mine. And we root for each other, and we show each other love, and we connect with each other and utilize each other's services, right? And so if you're not in a circle of people that are like that, that's supporting you and rocking with you like that, you might need to find a new circle. For real. For real, for real. And in the past, I would say the past 3 months, I have seen exponential growth. The numbers, I pull reports every morning, and I'm seeing the numbers are increasing on what I'm doing. But again, it comes down to utilizing any resources that you have available to you and making it work for you, but then also making sure that you're in the right company so that you're not afraid to go. Does that make sense? Because a lot of times if we stick with the same company that we've always had, we're going to always get what we've always gotten, which is nothing, or the same of what you're doing or what you're dealing with. I didn't say it was easy, because you got to get out your head. You got to get out your head and keep your mouth off yourself. I hope that makes sense. Keep your mouth off yourself. That's going to be super important. You have to learn how to do that. Okay. So if you say that you can't, guess what? You won't. And all of these euphemisms and things like that people constantly say all of the time, guess what, honey? They're true. That's why I'm repeating them, because it's all facts. But you have to get into a room where there are groups of people that are rocking like you. Okay? If you find yourself broke down, worn out, and all of those other things, and you're in a different group, you need to seek additional support. And it's okay for you to do that. It's okay for you to do that. Okay? Now, whether you want to add anything additional to that, to that, of course, that's completely on you how you want to do it. But you have to get to a point where you're saying, okay, what am I going to do different today? How am I going to make my life better from this point forward by doing X, Y, and Z? And start executing those. Sometimes you have to write them down. Oh, I'm a proponent of writing stuff down. Y'all should see my desk right now. It's full of sticky notes everywhere. Okay, my six list is right here. I had a late night. I don't think I fell asleep until 4 this morning, and so I overslept this morning. I'm usually up by 7. When I say up, I mean out the bed. Out the bed. I'm usually awake by 5:30. So if you're, so I overslept. Didn't really get into the office till about 8 this morning, and started rocking and rolling and doing some things, now here I am, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know what, Paulette, just slow down. You had a very, very long night. But at the same token, I still had to come on here. I still had to go live, do the things that I said I was going to do, because if I'm in business for myself, I still got to get out here and get, garner the eyeballs, you know what I'm saying? And at least have a conversation with the people. You know what I mean? Because you're going to get to know me. And who I really am. Now, of course, y'all already know how I am, especially if you've seen me cook in my kitchen, if you've seen me do any of the other things, you've seen me do those things. You recognize that I'm just laid back, I'm chill, I'm just a really cool person to know. And I'm slick in the mouth too. Okay. And it's only so much I'm going to allow you to do to me before I have to check you. Or cut you loose. Not cut you, but cut you loose. And trust me, I know how to do that too. I just shut down. Okay. Because the energy that you're exuding, I don't need it. Okay. And that's how a lot of us need to learn how to be, is we have to learn how to allow people to do what they're going to do right here. But I'm going to shut you down. And one of the greatest things that I've learned how to do is be quiet. Does that make sense? I don't have to cuss you out. I don't have to cuss you out at all. For what? I'm feeding off your energy. Let me shut down. That's the greatest weapon many of us have, is our silence. And we won't use it, ladies. I'm talking to y'all. Over here on TikTok too. YouTube, yes. Yeah. That's your greatest weapon, is your silence. What you saying stuff for, especially to the brothers, right? When y'all constantly saying things to the brothers. Now I'm on a tangent, but when y'all sitting up in here and you fussing and cussing and whatever, listen, it is not that serious. You cannot rack my peace like that. Not at this age. Yes. So what am I eating? Okay. So y'all, this is a bag of cabbage, cut up cabbage. It was on sale. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was cabbage, and it was part of a sunflower salad, and it had this dressing. And I was like, no, I don't want that. So I cooked it. I cooked it, and I got some cubed chicken that I had in the freezer, and I cooked it in butter. And I have my edamame in here, roasted edamame, y'all, and some sunflower seeds. And of course, what else did I use? Brownstone blends. I sure did. I used the everyday blend of spices. Where can you get it? brownstonemarketplace.com. How about that? First thing on the page. You can certainly find that. But yeah, you get to a point where you're like, no. And it's kind of like, it's either me or you. Y'all heard that before in a place somewhere? It's either me or you. And I'm going to protect my peace at all times. Okay? Again, you have to be careful the kind of people that you let in your life. You have to be careful. You have to be careful how you speak over yourself as well. What do you desire? What do you see the things that you see yourself doing? That is why we are doing Mind Your Own Business in 2023, beginning the first season of the very first show is actually called Wake Up for the Sunday brunch. Okay. I already know what the recipes are for what's for brunch. Okay. That's going to be a television show. Okay. Some other things is coming down the pipe as well that we're working on. But for now, honey, you're going to be able to see them on the YouTube channel for Brownstone Worldwide. Okay. For now, let that sink in, and we're gonna reach out and make it happen. Now, one of the things that I certainly wanted to share with you guys is the magazine. Why is this so important? Because it is our mouthpiece. It is a supplement to brownstoneworldwide.com, KCCR, the Brownstone, and Brownstone Marketplace. It's a place where the people that are part of the Brownstone community can connect and read articles that are important to them. We talked about money in this issue. We talked about gift giving. We talked about your fitness. Crystal Taylor actually has a, let me pull up her brand so you guys can see it. Fitness is not a game, but Crystal Taylor is actually doing a 3-day challenge starting next week. And it is free to join. Here it is, the bbbchallenge.com. You can go ahead and check her out. She was actually on the show with us Monday, and then she was our lunch and learn guest last week, Wednesday. And so you guys are going to get an opportunity to see the replay of that particular show later on today and tomorrow as well. So she can give you some more information about her challenge and also about health and fitness overall and some of the things that she really encourages people to do. Like she has this thing, y'all. Let me pull it back up because this one is really important. It's called Fitness is Not a Game /sneaky. And that's where you're going to go to find sneaky ways to get your workouts on in throughout the day without having to possibly go to a gym. So she shares some of those on the show on Monday. And then also she shared them on her Lunch and Learn with me. So kind of keep that in mind. And y'all, I'm getting ready to step away because I forgot I put some cookies in the oven for the grandbaby this afternoon. I'll be right back. That's what happens when you get to run in your mouth, right? Okay. All right. Hang on just a second. Oh. All right, we're back. We're back. Okay. All right, I had to turn the oven off, y'all. They're a little brown. They're a little dark brown around the edges because I was talking too much. And I put them directly in the oven. When? Oh, it's been more than 20 minutes. How long I've been live? 41 minutes. Oh yeah. Yeah, because I put them in the oven when I first went live. And they were frozen. Oops. That's all I got to say about that. All right, y'all. So again, you have to learn how to be careful of the company that you keep. It is so important that you rise to the occasion and focus on the kinds of people that you want in your life. You have to do that. Okay. You also have to be around people that mean you well and not harm. Get you some good people in your corner. That's why I always say, shout out to El Boogie, shout out to all of my family, like my sister Chip and others who know where I started and how far this sucker has gone and where we're headed. If you don't have people like that in your corner, you need to get you some people like that in your corner. You need to find a new group of friends, seriously. Because if all they have are comments that are degrading and negative and don't mean you any good, and you're constantly trying to figure out what you can do right. And sometimes I'm gonna tell you what happens is sometimes we listening to folks so tough that we miss when we're getting a download, when God is talking to us, because we're constantly being deluged with people's thoughts and ideas about what they think you should be doing. And that should be an absolute no for you. You know what I'm saying? You were given the vision, not them. Okay. So see through to it. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the love, you guys. See to it that you get through with what you said you were going to do. What you said you were going to do. This doesn't have anything to do with the outside naysayers and the people that don't really see. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, let me tell you something. Since I put out this magazine, the numbers for brownstoneworldwide.com and KCCR, the Brownstone, have literally tripled in terms of people that are watching it, listening, downloading the app, all of that. Was that part of the plan? Yes. The other part of the plan was to do something that I've always loved doing. So backstory to this is when I was a little girl, one of my favorite pastimes was going into my parents' basement in Wisconsin. And I would pull out all of the, okay, Chip, good to see you. Thank you so much. I would pull out all of the books. And I would, and they weren't just any books, it was ebony. And it was like, what Ebony would do back in the day is they would take all of their books and they would put them in an annual book, right? That you could purchase every year. And so my parents had them. And I would go through, oh y'all, they had the first issues, honey. They had, let me turn this way. They had all of they had the first issues. Like, can you imagine being a little girl growing up in the 70s and your parents have ebony magazines from Jump? Y'all don't even know what that was like. And I didn't even realize the history that I was looking at. That's number one. I had no idea. I didn't know what was going on, right? I just found myself enamored with the magazine. And I became a magazine buff. Like, I loved them. Like, I have subscriptions to so many. I ended up purchasing a subscription to Tend. Not Tend, but what's the name of this? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. So I did. Yeah. All right. So I'm checking emails. Emails are constantly coming in. Y'all, I missed a meeting that I was supposed to be in because I was in another meeting with somebody else at the same time. And then today I got to go to a ribbon cutting ceremony. Do y'all know what this is like running this business? Don't have a clue. It's a lot, but it's a labor of love. I love what I'm doing. But let me get back to the magazine. So the magazines were literally all over the place. So I started purchasing magazines, and I realized one of the things that I love the most, y'all ready for this? This is so silly, were the ads. I loved to read the ads. I had a problem. Like, every time Essence would come out with one, oh, I couldn't wait. And I am actually reading a book now by one of the guys that started Essence magazine. See, a lot of people think Susan Taylor did it. She did. It was 4 men, 4 brothers that started Essence magazine. Excellent book. Excellent book. Like, it's a page turner because I want to know how you did what you did. How did y'all come up with who came up with the concept? What was it called before it was called Essence? Because it was actually called something else and it didn't work. And how did they start off where they were? Now we got all of these digital amenities out here and we still can't figure it out. And they were doing it by just getting out there in the street. So a lot of times when you hear me say things like I burned the boat, it's because I'm looking to see something different. I don't want to go back to the mainland. Do you? It's up to you whether you want to or not, but I am fighting like hell not to go back to the mainland. So I burned the boat and I'm sitting over here on this island and I'm going to build. I'm going to continue to build. Everybody's not built like me. Everybody doesn't have the fortitude or the cojones to pull this off. But I want to see what the end going to be. So that is why it is so important for you to be careful how you put your mouth on yourself and how you allow other people to do the same. Shut people down at the pass. You hear me? That's going to be important. You have to learn how to tell people to F off. You have to. You can do it in love. You can listen to what they got to say. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's your vision. It was what was given to you. You're the one that's supposed to see it through. And listen, let me tell you something. Here's something else that I've learned too. Anytime a vision was given to you, trust and believe the resources will show up. The resources will show up. What you need is going to show up every time. It may not come when you think it should, but it always shows up. Things that you never, ever considered. Because sometimes, okay, I'm going to give you an example. Sometimes we're praying for God to give us $1 million because you need to do X, Y, Z. Lord, I need X, Y, Z. Well, maybe the provision comes in a stay or something from a legal perspective, right? Or it could be that, something that you forgot about shows up. All kinds of different things, or someone is blessed in your life, or you're blessed with someone being a part of your life that can make something happen, right? Sometimes it's not always about the money, but it's about getting to the next phase. And so we're learning how to take these classes. Take the class, y'all. Here's what you need to also understand. When you are in class, because that's what this is, life is a class, pass the class. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you don't pass these classes that you sitting in, that you pick, you're going to repeat them. It's just going to be a different teacher. You hear me? Ladies, did that catch you? It should. So one of the things that I need you to hear me on, the reason why I talk about this so fervently is because right now in my personal life, when I think about what I'm doing with the brownstone, a couple of things that I've had to learn how to do is I've had to keep moving no matter what, no matter who, no matter what's happening around me. I have to keep going. Why? Because every single time in the past, what I've done is I have always stopped. I've waited on people. I have said life is happening or life is lifing, and then the business suffers, and then it's another year, and then it's another year. Not this time. First of all, I don't have time. None of us do. We don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't know what the next moment brings. We don't. And so why are we wasting time? Wasting time. Does that even make sense? And I'm having this candid conversation, not just for you guys, but also for me, because I need to be reminded of the investment that I have made in myself over the past year and a half to push, to do something that I've never done before so that I can see what the end gonna be. Because if I do this right, and currently I am, and I'm telling y'all something, it's a beast, it's a booger, especially when you're doing it by yourself. It's a monster out here. But I still intend on seeing to it that I make things happen. And I'm praying and I'm staying in supplication, and I'm getting up early and going to bed late, doing all of the things, because I guarantee you I'm going to see the end, and I'm going to see the result of what I'm working on, period. That doesn't mean that I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to be like, well, it's going to come to me. Nope. God gives us power to get wealth. So I have what I need. I have the resources, and I need to utilize them. And we're going to see what this is going to bring. So the question that I have for you is what are you doing to make sure that you are staying on task for the vision and the dreams that you have for you? That's a question that I have for everybody in the room. See, I didn't know I was going down this road, but evidently it's necessary, because here we are. What are you going to do? How are you going to be? What are the steps that you need to take next for yourself? Or are you going to allow yourself to talk yourself out of your dreams? I didn't say it was easy. You have never, not one time, not anybody, either on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, have you ever seen me show myself balling out? That's not what I do. I keep it 100 in these streets, because this is work. And the people that I work with and that I've connected myself to, they work. They plan, they execute, they run reports, they know what their data is telling them, and that it's telling them a story so that they can do something about what's happening in their business. They check their money daily. They see what's coming in and what's going out. They adjust accordingly. Now, what are you doing? Not everybody wants to be in business. That's fine. It's not for everybody. But let me tell you what I've learned. What I've learned is that if I want my piece, hey, JRR26, how are you? I'm telling you one thing. If you want what you want out of life, you got to go for it, and you can't be scared. I'm going to tell you something else, too, that I've learned just this morning. Be careful the advice that you receive from people about your vision. Did you hear what I just said? Everybody doesn't have to understand. Does that make sense? Nobody needs to understand. It's not for them to understand. You know what was given to you. And sometimes people will tell you things to throw you off your game. They don't even know that that's what they're doing. It's just happening. Does that make sense? It happens because you're in a test, you're in a class. And sometimes you get quizzes, don't you? To see whether or not you've learned exactly what you needed to learn before the big test. You ever been to a class and it's like, oh, child, listen. Okay? You got this, y'all. You got this. Listen, let me say it again. You got this. You got this. You can do it. I'm saying that to everybody, because you see me, I'm looking over here, I'm looking over here. Yeah, you got this. You do it. I didn't say it was going to be easy. Because sometimes I have to sit here. Like I said, I got up late this morning. I overslept. Oh, my God. I feel so bad about that. But it's going to be okay. And we're going to get through this together. Okay. Oh, I think that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say right now. But here's what I got to tell you. Go ahead if you would be so inclined. First of all, go to Fitness is Not a Game, or you can go to Crystal Taylor's main page for her BBB challenge. I'm gonna go ahead and hide that, and we're gonna put this back up. It's a 3-day challenge that actually starts next week, and it's just 3 days. Check her out. She is the real deal. And also, she's got an article in this month's Brownstone Living magazine. Okay, this is where we're helping you to live the brownstone lifestyle. And let me tell y'all something, it's not what you think it is. Like a lot of people think, oh, it's about, living a certain way like Martha Stewart. No. It is learning how to make the most of what you have right now. Okay, being your best self where you are right now. And that's what a lot of us need to learn how to do. We got to learn how to just do our thing and be our best selves where we currently are. And so I'm going to go ahead and share this with you all once again. If you are interested, go ahead. I encourage you to check out the magazine. Hold on. It's not letting me do it. Why is it not letting me do it? All right. Let me go ahead and do this. I'll just go ahead and create a new one. There it is. Okay. So if you would like a copy of this month's issue, it is bit.ly/Brownstone Living Mag. You can go ahead and check that out if you want to, or you can head over to brownstoneworldwide.com. And when you click through, it will actually pop up as an option for you to go ahead and put in. Okay. So definitely keep that in mind. I'm excited about everything that we're doing here at the Brownstone. Go ahead and get your copy. If this link gives you issues, please feel free to use the link in my bio. Please use the link in my bio because it's right there and it's a little button and it's actually shaking for you to go and try it out. Test it out for yourself. Kick the tires a little bit this month. And please know that we have already finished the January issue. We're working on tweaking some things. February is up next. And of course, we've got March that is in the coffers waiting to go. So what does that mean? This is a subscription service, y'all. Guess what? It's only $2 a month. Hello. And we're cutting the deal with you guys. You want it for a whole year, it's $20. A whole year of brownstone living and learning how to live the brownstone lifestyle. That's all we want you guys to do. All you got to do is take a shot. Watch this sucker continue to grow. That's what I got for you. All right, you guys, that's my time. It is 5 minutes to the top of the hour. You already know what I like to end with. Are you ready? 1, love your life. It is the only one that you have. 2, live your life to the fullest and embrace everything that is your life, because one day you're not going to be here. You might as well make some memories. And lastly, breathe through every single moment. Just know that 1 breath becomes 2, becomes 3, becomes a day, becomes a week, becomes months, becomes years, becomes your life. Make them count. All right, you guys, I will see you all later on this evening for the 12 days of Christmas. We're going to be doing some Christmas story reading time. How about that? See y'all about 9 o'clock tonight. How about that? All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.